Imagine you are born in Berlin. Not the Berlin of clubs, startups, and street art. Not the Berlin of freedom and open borders. You are born in Berlin in the 1930s, during the rise of a man named Adolf Hitler. And from the moment you take your first breath, your life does not belong fully to you.
Sleep now, my little one. The world outside is changing, but I will keep you safe.
Childhood under a flag. You are 5 years old. Your earliest memories are not cartoons or toys. They are red flags with a black symbol, the swastika, hanging from every building. In school, your teacher tells you that Germany was humiliated after the First World War. She tells you that one man is restoring honor. One man is rebuilding pride. One man is the savior. You learn to raise your arm and say, "Heil Hitler," before you even fully understand what it means. In 1933, when Nazi Party takes power, Berlin changes overnight. Political opponents disappear. Newspapers begin to sound the same. Radio becomes a tool of propaganda. If you're a child, you don't notice freedom disappearing. You just notice everyone cheering. If you're Jewish, it gets worse. If you are born Jewish in Berlin, your story becomes darker.
We need to keep moving. It's not safe here.
I know, but where can we go?
To the river. We can find a boat.
Papa, I'm tired.
Not much further, my love.
At first, it's subtle. Your father's shop is boycotted. Signs appear, "Jews not welcome." Your teacher stops calling on you in class. Then in 1935, the Nuremberg laws are passed. Suddenly, you are no longer a citizen. You are classified, measured, labeled. You cannot marry who you love. You cannot work certain jobs. You cannot sit in certain parks. And then comes Kristallnacht. Glass shatters across Berlin. Synagogues burn. Jewish homes are looted. Men are dragged into the streets and arrested. You are a child watching flames rise above your city. And you realize something terrifying. The police are not protecting you. They are protecting the mob. If you're not Jewish, it still sucks. Let's say you're not Jewish. Maybe your family supports Hitler at first. After all, unemployment falls. The economy seems stronger. The parades are grand. The speeches are powerful. But living in Berlin during the Nazi period means living inside fear, even if you're part of the majority. The secret police, the Gestapo, are everywhere. Your neighbor could report you for telling a joke. Your friend could disappear for criticizing the government. You learn quickly. Never question, never doubt, never speak freely. Freedom of speech? Gone. Free press? Gone. Political opposition? Gone. Berlin becomes a city where walls have ears.
The patrols are increasing. We must be silent.
Shh. The walls have ears.
We must warn the others.
Not now. It's too dangerous.
Your teenage years. You don't get a choice. You turn 14. You are automatically enrolled in the Hitler Youth if you're a boy. If you're a girl, you join the League of German Girls. You march. You train. You are taught discipline, obedience, and racial ideology. You are told that your highest honor is to serve the Reich. If you resist, your family could suffer. So you comply. You chant slogans louder than your doubts. Then comes the war in 1939. Germany invades Poland. The Second World War begins. Berlin celebrates at first. Quick victories, blitzkrieg, triumph after triumph. But war is a monster that always turns. By the early 1940s, food is rationed, coffee disappears, meat becomes rare, air raid sirens become part of daily life. You sleep in underground shelters. You wake up to smoke. The Royal Air Force of United Kingdom and later American bombers begin targeting Berlin heavily. Entire neighborhoods vanish overnight. Your school is rubble. Your street is cratered. Your childhood is burning. If you're 16 in 1945, by 1905 the nightmare peaks. The Soviet Red Army of the Soviet Union is approaching Berlin. You are barely a teenager, but you are handed a rifle.
Stay sharp.
Old men, young boys, civilians. Everyone is pushed into defending the city.
We have no choice.
The leader who promised glory now hides underground in the Führerbunker, while you fight and starve above ground. The Battle of Berlin begins. Artillery shakes the earth. Buildings collapse like sandcastles. Civilians are trapped between armies. If you survive the bombing, you fear invasion. If you survive invasion, you fear starvation. And then, silence. In April 1945, Adolf Hitler commits suicide. Berlin falls. The war in Europe ends weeks later. But your suffering doesn't. The city is divided into occupation zones controlled by the United States, United Kingdom, France, and the Soviet Union. Food shortages continue. Infrastructure is gone. Millions are dead. And the ideological tension between East and West begins, setting the stage for what would later become the Berlin Wall. Why it truly sucked? It sucked because you were indoctrinated before you could think. You were categorized by race. You were silenced by fear. You were dragged into war you didn't choose. You watched your city turn into ruins. And even after survival, peace did not mean stability. Being born in Berlin during Hitler's period meant growing up inside a regime where loyalty was mandatory, dissent was deadly, and humanity was conditional. It meant that your fate depended on your surname, your religion, your politics, or simply your luck. And the most tragic part? Many people believed they were building a 1,000-year empire. It lasted 12 years. But those 12 years scarred generations. This is why it sucked to be born in Berlin during Hitler's period. Because history was not just happening around you, it was crushing you.